2025 is officially over, and 2026 is just getting started. Right? That's stupid. I don't really like that. Should I redo that? No, let's roll with it. Should it? No, because it is only the 8th.
It is only the 8th.
So it is just getting started.
It is just getting started.
Yeah.
We're just rolling in January.
Parking Lot Takes. This is what this show is about.
This is how we're going to open the year.
Yep.
Right here. This is it right here.
Yep. Parking Lot Takes. It's a show about takes you would maybe say in a parking lot, but not in a studio.
But
that is at my house.
That we're capturing the essence of the parking lot.
That is
experience.
What is in the description of the Spotify account. So whether we achieve that, that is the goal.
We said studio space looks and feels nicer.
Yeah, we were like, we're gonna be in the movie. We're gonna be in the AMC parking lot.
We're gonna
and
do
then
this.
we immediately got a studio
within like 2 weeks' time.
Yep. It didn't last long,
No,
but
we literally got one bit of feedback, and we were like, "Yep, studio. I guess that makes sense."
Who gave us that feedback?
Christian.
No, we got feedback to do it in the car. Everyone thought we should do it in the car. Yeah,
I thought I heard
tons of people were like, "You need to do it in the car."
I think I remember one
shout
person
out
saying,
Drive-In Movie Podcast because they do it in the car.
They do it in the car.
It's a great idea.
And it works for them.
Yeah,
it really
sweet.
does. I remember one person saying they liked this studio space, but maybe it was the one and I just missed it.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
know. That was a long
plenty-
time ago. That was
plenty-
back in like January, February.
Plenty of people like our studio. There's
Absolutely.
nothing to it.
Clearly, thousands of people.
They see the vision.
That was so pretentious of me.
They see the vision I have on my corner. Are you recording?
Oh, I sure hope so.
Yes, you are. Holy crap.
That would have been really, really bad.
Okay. This episode is about movies. We're going to talk about Stranger Things. Bear with us because we haven't seen each other since the
dark
day
days
that we haven't.
Yeah.
But then we're going to talk about our 2020. So my thing is, I think we should do the anticipated movies of 2025 that we did last year, our first episode that we ever filmed.
See how it shook out.
And then shake out, and then we'll do like a declared winner. You're not going to win anything, but whoever had the most anticipated movies in their top 10 list, I think should. And
kiss the other person.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter because there's so many movies that we don't even know are coming out that crush.
Half the movies in my top 10 for the year didn't know existed going into. So it's just how it's going to lay.
Sweet. So let's get into the strangest of things, which is this Stranger Things finale.
Stranger Things finale. It's over.
It's over.
Are you?
I'm not okay.
Are you okay?
I can't believe it's over. It's sad.
I could sense your sorrows from Chicago.
Why? Because of my reels?
Yeah.
Of me enjoying the finale.
Okay, I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Correctly reflect how I feel.
Was super behind on watching it because nobody cared enough to watch it. So the couple videos that you did where you were like talking about it, I had to quickly be like, nope, don't. I don't want to hear it.
You mean the volume 2?
Yeah.
We reviewed volume 2. No, we didn't.
No.
Interesting.
We reviewed volume 1. Yeah, we didn't do 2. Yeah,
we haven't. So we're going to talk about volume 2. We're on top of things.
Wow. We're just going to talk about it as a whole.
Well,
Season
I'm
5.
going to ask you what you think about volume 2 real quick. Let's go for it.
I think we got 2 or 3 really important pieces of exposition, and the rest of it kind of feels like filler. Great moments, though. I'm going to say that. There's really good moments. But it did feel like we had a lot of downtime that we maybe didn't need going into the finale.
Yeah.
I enjoy. Here's. Maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. I love the Stranger Things world a lot. So any content that I'm watching in it, I'm probably going to find some kind of enjoyment out of it. So I heard a lot of people saying like, "Oh, it's a lot of filler," and I get that. But I still enjoyed it because I liked the characters. I liked learning more about Vecna. Like I liked all of that, but I did come out of it going like, it was probably more than we needed. There's probably more content that is filler than we actually really needed to push the story forward.
Would people have hated volume 2 as much if it all dropped at once and it wasn't this highly anticipated drop?
No.
They wouldn't. What?
They would have liked it more.
Yeah.
I think it was.
It would have been better
if they could have
received.
binged through it.
Yeah.
people would not have ever said anything about volume 2. I don't think so.
I think maybe because there are some genuine, like, terrible dialogue moments, but I do agree that it wouldn't have had this burden of pressure that it ended up having because people waited a month and you left episode 4 off like kind of crazy.
Yes, yeah.
So
it's the burden of like like a lot of shows have the, should you binge it? Is it better to binge it? Or like, is the week to week format better? So it's kind of like the blessing and curse of breaking it up, because if it doesn't live up to episode 4, then yeah, of course you're going to feel the fall off. But if you ended episode 4 and just rolled right on through to the end of the finale, you're probably not going to feel it. You know what I mean? Because there's typically in a season of a show, there is going to be kind of like a mid-season climax, you know what I mean? Sure. And then it kind of falls off and then it picks back up, but you feel it because you've waited a freaking month to get there. Yeah. So I get why people said that.
Did you have such a visceral issue with Max and Holly like spending so much time in that little mind area?
Yeah, I felt like the piece that we really needed to see was like what Henry Creel went through, and we took a long time to get there. So I was like, that's the important piece. I think we could have probably shaved a little bit off to get there to tell us more about Becca's character. I'm talking about
when they're like the portal's open.
Wait.
Like when she like they open the portal and Max sees the way out, and then she like sits there and talks to Holly for 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's a little unnecessary.
So I have a thought about this, because I don't think it was clear enough what the purpose of what Max was doing, because it does just feel like a conversation. I feel like if it should have probably been more obvious that she was trying to get Holly to make a connection to open a portal, but at the same time, it just wasn't obvious. So the whole time you're sitting there like, what? Like, yeah. In my opinion, that's kind of how it works. I kind of feel like it would have been pretty cool if they tried to escape on their way out and then tried to get Holly through. She couldn't leave through there. So then Max is thinking, okay, the Demogorgons are attacking Robin and Robin, Vicky, Lucas and Max. So then Lucas turns off the music, portal closes. Max figured out how to reopen it through the connection she realizes just through her relationship with Lucas, and then kind of leads Holly to do the same thing. I think probably works a little bit better. But they don't ask me for my advice because I'm no one. So why would they? I didn't have a big hate for it personally. Like, I agree it was a little like...
It drags a little.
But I didn't have this like, oh my gosh, it's booty. Like, I didn't...
No, I don't think so. Because again, like, I feel like if you enjoy these characters and you enjoy the world, you're still getting some good content. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's some bad dialogue moments, but you can still enjoy it.
Yeah, Mr. Clark doing a Lord of the Rings reference. Melon.
Yeah.
The Elvish word for friend.
Peak. That is pretty peak.
Yep.
He was a fun little addition.
Yes, he was. A
little bit of brevity in a very serious approaching finale.
All the Jancy people can suck Derek's fat one when he's of age. I'm
so glad you put that in there.
Yeah. Because you guys are so toxic. It's crazy.
I'm going to be honest. Obviously Derek's supposed to be annoying.
Yeah.
In the beginning, but he gets funnier and funnier as it goes on, and you kind of learn to like him. And by the end, every time he was saying, "You can suck my fat one," I was rolling.
Why are you being honest? Because that was everybody's reaction.
Oh, maybe it was.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Everybody.
I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody about this. You felt that way at least?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Derek was awesome. By like into volume 1, Derek was awesome.
By the end of volume 1, he was still like a little annoying to me. But like some of the stuff he had with like Holly or whatever, I was kind of like, all right, you're redeeming yourself. I like this kid. And then of course by the end I was like, I'm on board.
Two thoughts I have written down about volume 2. What? Oh, I'm reading a point about Supergirl that I've written down that says no bearing.
Well, that has nothing to do with Stranger Things, Christian.
I have a random thought here that I have no idea if anyone's ever connected this, but I get it. Stranger Things is plot holes, but this is a plot hole I never caught in Stranger Things which would most likely apply to season 2 and 3. Okay. So at the end of season 1, Elle disappears and Hawkins kind of shows up at Mike's house looking for 11. Mm-hmm. They show her pictures of her. She knows what 11 looks like. Mm-hmm. And they tell her she's a super dangerous. She's like very dangerous and whatever.
Yeah.
Karen's not at all weirded out when 11 shows up in like season 3 and starts dating Mike.
Oh, that's true. Well, I guess is it like because she's a little older and looks a little different?
But I mean, they showed her maybe they showed her a drawing. I don't know, but that was something I thought about.
So she didn't have hair in the drawing.
Yeah, but doesn't Mike call her 11? Like, I don't know.
That's true. Yeah, because it's not like he's getting away with just saying L. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like she's gonna be like, what does that stand for?
I don't know. Something random I thought about. I was like, huh.
I guess in the Duffer canon, it's probably just like she's a little older. Yeah. She's got the hair. Like it's different enough. But I would think you would still see the face and go, I'm pretty sure I've seen that picture before. Like,
one thing that bothers me, I loved everything at Hawkins Lab. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Loved everything that happens at Hawkins Lab. Dustin and Steve reconciling, freaking awesome. The government in this show, in season 5, has to be the dumbest government program of special operatives I think I've ever witnessed in probably media. I mean, I'm sure there's worse, but I don't care. I cannot believe the government who has a base in the Upside Down.
It's the Upside Down, yeah.
Never went to Hawkins Lab. They're recreating an experiment that was active at the time of Hawkins or the Upside Down forming. They never went to the Upside Down and went, binders of Brenner's notes that are perfectly preserved and copied here in the Upside Down.
That explain everything we need.
On this project that we've been implementing. What a fail. What a fail. Like, come on. Yeah. Why? Clearly, Dr. K is the most incompetent person alive and can't run a program. Why in the world? Why are we so concerned about her chasing 11 for the rest of her life? She can't do basic research. I could not believe there was all that information in the lab for Dustin to find.
You would think deductive reasoning would lead them directly to Hawkins' lab. Guess not.
Yeah. Or you just kill a bunch, or like, I know they saw a bunch of old soldiers there.
Yeah.
But those are not the same soldiers that are at the base. So I was like, wow, maybe you do a bunch of like, those soldiers died there. They missed the exotic matter or something. I don't know.
Something. Some kind of reasoning.
But like, I thought about that and I was like, I can't believe there's anything left in this lab.
Yes, yeah.
Because I would think the advantage of establishing an upside down lab. Why did they have, I guess, research? But like, the advantage of that would be, Would it have been more interesting had the military just occupied Hawkins' lab in the Upside Down?
Yeah, if they had like infiltrated it and realized that the government had been holding on to these secrets and had known about this, and that's why they were in the Upside Down, is to kind of manipulate and use it, that would be really cool. Yeah. Because it would just make the moment was still good to kind of like figure it out, like, you know, how it kind of worked with the Upside Down being a bridge and things like that, but it would have added like more weight and made them more bad and more menacing that they've been like keeping this information captive. So what did you think about like that reveal though, that the Upside Down is just a bridge between two worlds? It's not its own world, like its own dimension.
It's cool. It's a cool idea. It's neat. I think it's cool because like the abyss has its own Upside Down. Right, like the seat, like the top is the abyss Upside Down. I thought that was neat.
Yeah,
it's kind of getting into the spoilers of season 5, but in my opinion, in the final, like what a missed opportunity to make the spores something that are coming from the abyss that are like conditioning the Upside Down for the mind flare to be there, like things like that, like cool lore things I think about because I see the spores dropping and I think. There's got to be a purpose for that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a random thing I thought of, but I think it's cool. I think it's a little bit tighter when it's just like a parallel dimension. Kinda.
I do too. I like it. And specifically, maybe a little bit spoilers in the finale. I really like the shot where they kind of like visually showed it as the bridge between. And I was like, that's a cool concept to have that. It kind of made me like it a lot more, but it does feel, it feels a little tighter as a parallel dimension. It almost gets a little bit too like, it can't just be this. Like it has to be something more like spectacle. It kind of feels like that. But what is the world Vecna's on? The Abyss?
Or Dimension X.
Yeah. Is cool enough, and all the scenes in it kind of like justify its existence, if that makes sense, because I like a lot of what they do there. So by the end of like the finale, I was like, oh, this is cool. I do like this. I like this idea of like the three worlds and being the bridge. So it kind of justified itself by the end. But I kind of did at first, like when they first revealed it, I was a little bit like, why are we doing this? Like, do we really need to? I mean, the Upside Down was interesting enough that I didn't know if we really needed to add in like this alien world, this third planet or whatever, or dimension. But I don't mind it. I didn't mind it. It just expounds on the lore, I guess.
It's cool.
It's a cool place. Visually, it's
I have more issues than like it being the worm, like being a wormhole. It's an interesting idea, cool. I don't think it's cooked enough, but whatever.
So, they kind of just drop that, and you're kind of just like, oh, interesting. But I don't really know how it applies to anything else. The fact that it's a wormhole.
Yeah.
Like, because wormholes are like distortions of space and time, you typically think of a wormhole as being a gateway to like other time periods. You know what I mean? Like obviously like in science fiction, like it can push you forward or backward, but they don't use it like that. And that's just kind of how they explain that there's parallel dimensions. So that feels wonky to me. Does that make any sense at all?
Yeah.
People don't typically use a wormhole to explain a parallel dimension or like a bridge between worlds.
It's like another world.
It's true.
Or planet.
But like, I guess we don't really.
No.
Wormholes are not a natural occurring.
We didn't
thing,
get
so
explanations.
It's just a weird. It's a weird wormhole.
I do personally. Not that anyone cares, but I do personally think the Upside Down is cooler as just a parallel dimension. Personally,
I think I would agree with that.
Like I think that's pretty cool.
What did you think about like the Henry Crow backstory stuff?
Yeah, I mean, are we just getting into the final?
I think we should just do it. I think we should full send the final.
Okay.
Volume 2 just like...
What do you think of Will coming out, being gay?
I think good for him.
Yeah? Did you like it?
For his character, it made sense how they explained it. But it did feel a little sit-downy. Let's kind of force this.
Yeah.
in.
I mean, they made it an event when it probably shouldn't have been an event.
Yes.
But they were going to do that because they've been setting it up. Like,
yes,
they're going to make it an event and make it this kind of this, I don't want to say perfect, but this kind of like perfect scenario for this to happen. Like, they're going to do that.
I think going into season 5, thinking when that moment was going to happen, it was going to be a more climactic moment. Like he was going to be battling. I don't know. Something was going to be climactic happening, and that was going to be how he comes out. And it was going to be kind of that like freeing moment for him to kind of like unlock. But it was more of like a side event. Let's sit down. Let's do this very methodically. Let's explain this and let's everybody kind of hear him out and, come to his aid and show him that he's loved and supported. So like in the moment, it's great, but I definitely was expecting a little bit more of a punch or something. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like this is a big moment, and it was a big moment, but in a more subdued way. It was fine though.
Yeah,
it was fine.
My emotion about it was I cringed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I got emotional a little bit, cringed a little bit, but I think like to me, I wouldn't say it's bad. I just think it's very raw. I don't know how to describe. I just felt very raw, not in a negative way. I thought it just felt very real, like it wasn't polished, and it
was awkward, like a real situation.
Yeah. And I imagine a lot of that might be awkward for somebody.
Yeah.
So that is a tough, awkward thing to have to do and say before you go murder an interdimensional wizard. But I get it. It's probably is awkward.
I'm sure.
I'm sure it's a little, he's like, we don't have time for this, but I don't like. Oh, I saw a funny GIF the other day because I drive a Tacoma, and they make these Nissan Frontiers, which are terrible trucks. Sorry if you own one. Prove me wrong. But they make these Frontiers look like Tacomas.
Yeah.
And it was this guy being like, guy driving his Nissan Frontier, and like, why didn't you just buy a Tacoma? And then it cuts to Will. I don't like her. That is pretty funny.
That is funny.
But I didn't think Noah Schnapp's acting was bad in that scene. A lot of people think
I was going to ask you about
horrendous. I think it's horrendous in some other areas.
Yeah, it is.
But not there. I think it's pretty compelling there, personally.
I do too. He made it feel
that so I'll tell you right now.
It made it feel very real.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It just felt very raw. It felt like he was connected to obviously Noah Schnapp being, who he is. It's going to be a raw moment for him for sure. I think about, there's some. Noah Schnapp is like, wow, like this is a guy, a very like a gay character out in front, in a very very popular show.
Wait,
in an interview, he was kind of just talking about like how it's cool. Mm-hmm. My thought: have you seen Schitt's Creek?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I've seen a couple episodes,
but they do that. They just do that so beautifully. Yeah. Like, and
Archer really likes that show,
and it's such a great show. Yeah. And I think it really. I'm off track, but Noah Schnapp talking about that. I thought about, like I would love that to be the case that was like done that well, but there are shows that have done it better.
Yeah, we've also like it's fine. Like it's a big moment for the Will character. But like we've also have been playing around with that a lot with Robin, obviously. So it's not like
and Robin's is better. Hers is way better.
Yeah, it's handled better and
it's way more cleverly written.
Her dialogue to Will about it early on in this season is actually really good about like how she dealt with it. And I like all of that a lot more. So I don't want to say that say it because I know it's like a big moment like in the show, but like Robin's the better gay character. I just think so.
She, do you think they should have left like Will's coming out kind of just at the taking, the Tammy Mike realization and taking the power back from Vecna, like the season 4 climax moment? Like, do you feel like they should have maybe just left it there and been like, that's Will accepting himself and going, or do you think that was like needed to have this sit down?
I think so it's tricky because I'm like in my brain I'm thinking at the end of volume 1, obviously when he like unlocks his abilities and things like that, I was expecting that kind of moment to come from him coming out to follow it. So it almost felt like for me, it kind of makes more sense to leave it there. He accepts himself, and that's why he unlocks his abilities and kind of is able to do what he's done at the end of volume 1. So in my brain, it was almost like kind of felt like we were backtracking in a way of, well, he's unlocked these abilities. I get that. And to reach like full freedom, he needs to. But it didn't feel like, it kind of felt like we already tackled that. And now we're kind of going back, and it's more just like an internal, like at war with himself. But he almost didn't need to do that because he already knows the powers, that he's already used the powers on Vecna. So I'm like, it almost feels out of order to me. So yes, I do think it probably should have been just left there, assumed. Maybe we have a moment where you're coming into volume 1 where he's like, he looks more confident. He feels more confident. And there's dialogue, maybe between him and Robin.
Him and Mike, I think would have just been fine. And maybe his mom.
Where you realize, okay, he has accepted it. And then that leads perfectly into why he is kind of unlocked and kind of feels more free to use his abilities.
Yeah.
So as far as pulling from Vecna. You would have liked
something in the final of like him like stopping Vecna, and Vecna's like, how? And then he like looks at Will, and Will's like, I like cock. And then and then like snaps all of his Yeah.
And that's how it ends.
And that's how it ends.
Yes.
Yes. That would have been that big.
I was waiting for that climax moment, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I didn't get it. But they don't ask me, I guess, right?
It'd be weird if you climaxed to fictional teenagers, but yeah. They're not teenagers. Whoa, who said that? They're adults in the show.
Oh.
Noah Schnapp.
There's some crazy gray areas in television and movies with that crap, so let's not say that.
Huh? Yeah. Taking my power back from you.
And Vecna goes, oh.
What is funny, I've seen some people make some clips. Someone sent me a reel today, shout out Aiden, which was pretty funny. And he it's like, Vecna be like, wait, don't kill me. Will is gay. And everyone's like, what? like, how could, what?
Everyone stops and then he gets the upper hand.
Yeah.
Don't kill me.
Yeah, but
what if he, like, he's, you know how when he's on the, like, he's dying breath. Will is gay. And everybody's like, that would be hilarious.
He likes
he doesn't like girls. And they're all like, what? Cuts to Mike and he's like, no.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, it was a little more sit-downy, a little more eventy than I kind of thought it would be. But it was a good moment. He did, out of all of the potentially really rough dialogue scenes, I don't think that was one of them.
Bro, I tell you, my biggest complaint, volume 2, happens in the first episode, and it's when they find Lucas, and Lucas like, I couldn't save the kids. And Will's like, it's okay. You tried your best. If I had only been faster, I could have done. I'm like, here you are telling this guy he tried his best. Like, shut the frick up. Like, come on, dude. I was cringing so hard. I was like, if only it's all my fault. I didn't magically combust into having powers earlier.
I'm so sorry.
Dang it.
It's okay. You definitely can see the contrast in just like acting abilities. Not to beat up on No Snap, but Caleb McLaughlin, who plays Lucas, like, he is such a standout in this show because it feels so natural. Just all of his scenes, all of his dialogue, like with Max and everything is so freaking good because it just feels very natural. Noah just doesn't feel natural. It almost feels more theatrical.
It feels very, yeah, it's great.
It just feels a lot more theatrical.
You just cooked.
2026. So I feel like you just notice Will more. Like if he's in his own show, maybe you won't notice it as much. If it's kind of in, like if it serves his acting abilities more theatrically, you just notice it again.
I think that's kind of the point I hope is to make him higher. I think about season 4 where he's like, you're the heart, Mike, you're the heart. I think that's cringy. But I feel like that's the character. I don't know. Like he's being, I feel like there are parts of it that
I don't think he was though in the early seasons. Obviously he's a lot younger.
No, not in the early seasons.
Like his early seasons, I just felt like he was meant to be a lot more introverted and quirky and awkward, but not in like an outgoing way like Mike. So, I mean, yes, I guess you could say like as he got older, maybe that's part of his character growing up, but it just shines through. It doesn't always work. I have heard some people just hounding on him though.
Yeah, I think people are being.
One guy was like, this guy grew up in the show and did not learn how to act along the way. And I was like, dang.
Nah, that's not true.
That's rough.
All right, let's do the final. Here we go. So, Stranger Things final spoiler review if you're a moron. What do you think of Conformity Gate? A secret episode 9 that just dropped.
What the frick are people doing?
Dude, it's crazy.
What planet are we living on?
Transformative is what it is. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it tells me that the community is morons. They're stupid.
You think they're stupid?
Who actually believes Conformity Gate? Do you? I swear. All
right, calm down.
It, I swear.
Calm down. I'm gonna let me defend myself.
No, it didn't come out.
I know. I agree. It didn't.
We're filming this after it was supposed to come out.
Can I speak?
Dude, I'm not going to let you just try to spew conformity gate crap.
I don't think it's real. Okay.
Good.
I'm just trying to convey to you the biggest piece of evidence I thought for conformity gate.
Okay.
Nothing to do with the show. Nothing to do with this poster, this mic. They're wearing this color. Nothing to do with that. There's nothing I think that has anything to do with that. The biggest piece of evidence to me was the post-interview Duffer Brother, or the Duffer Brothers post-interviews, post-final interviews, where they're like, "What about this?" And they're like, "Oh, we didn't really think of that." And what about this? Oh, that happens off screen. Or this. I thought their answers were so bad, they were fake.
Oh, like, I want to throw you off.
Yes. So that to me was like, maybe there is a secret final, because how would they not think about this? And how would they not think about this? And why wouldn't they have considered this?
Yeah.
So that to me was the biggest piece of evidence where I thought, there could be a final, because I would think they would have thought about some of this stuff and have answers and have a reason why they didn't answer other than,
yeah. The biggest one that I thought was interesting was post Vecna, the fact that the government just kind of went away.
Yeah. Well,
like, they are not present.
Let's get into the final. Let's talk about the final. What do you think of the final, Brandon?
I think it's a good finale for a show that we all love. It didn't crap the bed like Game of Thrones, but it may not have been the greatest thing I think we could have ever gotten, but I think it's a solid way to wrap things up. I do. What did you think?
Okay.
I
want to preface this. I had a lot of fun watching the finale. I was cheering. I was up out of my seat cheering, loved the big moments. I had a lot of fun, loved the fight. So there are things that I'm not going to probably take specific issue with. I hate, with a passion, I hate the L decision. I think I just staunchly disagree with you about, like, this is the perfect way to leave the characters off. I do not agree. I, for a long time, have been campaigning from the beginning of season 5 that nobody was going to die. I didn't think they were going to kill anybody. I think I'm wrong. I think 11 did die. I don't think she's alive. At all. I don't think it makes sense.
You don't think that last scene, you think it's just a visualization of the story, but not an actual...
Oh, it makes way too much sense that it's just a coping mechanism for Mike. There's things that there's no way he could know that's what happened. That's insane. All of that assumption is so crazy.
Yeah, because there's not like a moment where they don't show like a scene where like 11 like tells Mike or like he figures it out. The only scene you see is just like when he turns and looks at her when it happens, essentially. So like it is all based on assumption. There's no like hard moment where you're like, oh, that's hard evidence that Mike knows.
Yeah, so
it's just flashbacks that we've already seen.
It is. This is why I'm pushing back again. If Elle's alive, then they did not leave characters off correctly, and they went against characters they developed. There is nothing within the character of Mike Wheeler that I have ever seen throughout this entire show that would make me think that if he truly believed 11 was alive, he wouldn't go look for her.
Yeah,
and that to me is the biggest tell that she's dead, and that this is all fantasy for Mike. Of that.
That's his way to live with it.
I hate that decision because like I don't think either. I think they're both sucky. I think one, she's dead. She sacrificed herself really for nothing because Dr. K is beyond incompetent and doesn't know that she could go to Hawkins' lab and recover all these notes on the program she's trying to recreate. She's a freaking idiot.
Yeah.
She has to go to the squawk to get a girl in a wheelchair to tell her that they're going to come back from the way they came in out of the gate. She's an idiot.
Yeah.
She is an idiot that entire season. So the fact that like Elle died because she was so afraid of Dr. K is ridiculous. I hate that. I didn't think that was worth it at all. I didn't think they really articulated enough that this was a problem other than Callie, you know? It's like purely Callie was in the season to introduce this idea that like the government was never going to stop.
Yeah.
One person after Brenner?
Yeah.
One
is that crazy?
To me, that's not that bad. I don't.
Very realistic that somebody would try to just pick up the research and just do it.
Yeah, and it also like it's just. I think, but I don't think like there was enough of a reason for her to sacrifice herself. Like I think it's stupid. And if she is alive, that's a really sucky ending as well, because I don't think they set 11 up to be someone who would live in isolation away from everyone, away from Hopper either. I don't think that was articulated. Like Hopper's speech is so good, and and I think way more the most compelling, because it's like you can have this, you can have X, Y, and Z. I have a proposal ending for you that I'm curious what you would think if they had done this.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it needed so that if 11 is dead, I'm sorry, let me back up. If 11 is sacrificed herself but is alive, do you feel like they should have just like set that up more than they did, like in previous seasons, to kind of validate that? Or did you feel like they just did not give us enough time to make that make sense?
No,
like take the Dr. K out of it.
Yeah,
just being incompetent, but just the plot of like her making the sacrifice, going to live in isolation because that's what she just has to do with her powers. Do you feel like they should have just spent more time developing that?
I don't.
I didn't hate her death, and that's kind of why I'm asking is like, what did you need more of to kind of justify
more
it being a little
stakes
bit more?
On like I didn't think there. I'm kind of all over the place here, but I'm trying to think about like if it's like worth it to combine these takes.
I know what you're saying. If Kay was more threatening, it would make more sense.
Yeah, she's not.
But Dr. K's not threatening enough for it to make sense.
No.
And like, yeah, I do agree with that. I don't mind it as much though, because I just think for her character making the sacrifice for her friends, like that feels like something 11 would do.
Yeah, but it's so much more powerful, in my opinion, that Hopper's like, we will handle this. Like one day at a time, we'll take care of it.
Yeah.
And like, let's worry about today, not tomorrow. I think that's just, I get it. I understand what they're going for. I just don't think they landed that plane and they set 11 up to be a character that would do something like that.
Yeah. I did not think she was going to die.
Nah, I was so convinced that she wasn't dead. I was very shocked
genuinely,
that they did that.
There was at least 3 people I thought were going to bite it before her. I was convinced that there's no way 11's going to die. Callie's going to sacrifice herself in her place, and she's going to get through, and she's going to move on, because I just didn't think they were going to kill 11. I thought like some of the other side characters were going to die before her, and half of that didn't even pan out either.
There's a lot of stuff like the Duffer Brothers said, well, we never were going to end the show without 11 having powers because she represents magic. Why the frick not? Why it's not detrimental to me or maybe to you, I would think, that she would lose her powers and then live a normal life with Mike Hopper and her friends. I don't
This is
give
the finale.
I would
forever. Why do I care?
Who the freaking crap cares if she loses her ability? It's not like she can use them in wherever Norway because she's hiding from the government. So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't want her to lose her powers, so we're going to put her in an isolated country where she's never going to be able to use them. Oh, such brilliant writing. Oh my gosh. I bow at your feet for putting me in this moral dilemma.
Yeah.
No. I just like, they didn't land that plane. They just didn't. I didn't think.
Do you feel like you just wanted to see a better, like, happy ending for her, for Mike, for Hopper?
I think you can kill people. I do, and I'm like, I'm not someone who like needed everyone to have an happy ending. I'm just saying, with the stakes set up, it doesn't work. You're telling me, like, this is what's so infuriating to me about this. Like, they were shocked that when they bum rushed the military base, they were waiting for them when they came back.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? The only person who apparently thought about that was Kali, so she could make an illusion.
Yeah.
What are we, stupid? It's writing like that I just can't. Like, it's like the writing of that
didn't think
so
enough.
avoidable. So avoidable.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
This is a little undercooked.
It's like they were all driving back all happy and stuff. I'm like, they're about to walk through, drive through
a portal.
They don't have a plan for this. They just showed up and murked a bunch of military guys and left through the only gate.
Yes.
I just do not, that to me, it's like it wasn't written well enough to justify 11 dying. And I feel that wholeheartedly. I have a few ideas. Like, I think like maybe in the tank, Hopper should have shot 11 and she should have been like using her powers to like stop her bleeding. And then she had to fight Vecna with a bullet wound and be bleeding, and Mike be like, stop. And she kind of overexerts herself. And like, I think all of that, I mean, I think that would have been great.
Yeah.
And very powerful. There's stuff like that where I think like that would have just been way more impactful. I think is this kind of this Hopper pleading her to not, and she sacrifices, she overexerts herself and I was having and dies, but I was having a conversation with people last night, and there were people like, oh, I would have hated if she lost her powers, and I'm like, what do you? Because to me, it's like, does it not make sense?
That's a perfect happy ending.
Has granted powers to people, and he doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So their powers are gone.
Yeah, I mean, would you not like to see her and Mike and Hopper live out normal lives because she doesn't have powers?
But she doesn't have powers, so it sucks because she lost her powers in season 3. I think that's so dumb.
No, that doesn't.
Sorry, I don't know if that's a genuine complaint. I just do not. That is not a complaint worth having, like, in the slightest. Like, what? But it's something like I felt like the Duffer Brothers didn't explain to me enough, which was, why is it so important that she maintains the ability she's never going to be able to use again?
Yeah.
Anyway,
and we're never going to see her use again.
Yeah.
So I don't think that matters. We're not getting Stranger Things season 6, hopefully.
I have I have an idea.
Check that really quick, just make sure.
Yeah, I have an idea about the ended ending that I'm curious what you think
about the D&D sesh.
No, that's all great, but honestly, people are overglazing that because why wouldn't you do that? That's not like.
I think it's pretty great.
I mean, it's great
for the show. It's
low hanging fruit. Of course, you're going to end the show like that.
Yeah, but like it is, of course.
Maybe I'm being a skeptic, but it's like the Duffer Brothers are geniuses. I'm like, I heard people 7 years ago talking about this show ending like this. Come on, of course they were going to end the show on a D&D game. It's how it started. It's low hanging fruit. Yeah. Let's calm down. Like putting their books away, that's all great. I love that. It's saying goodbye to the characters. It's amazing.
You're Fantastic. Right. It is, but it's the perfect like ending moment for the show. I'm not saying the ending of the finale is perfect. Yeah. I'm saying yes, it is what we all knew was going to happen, but it is perfectly how it needed to end, especially with all those characters. And how Mike does unfold the story is really beautiful. Everybody getting emotional, like. All of it is really great. So yeah, we knew, but it's still executed well, I think.
So, pitch for you.
Okay. Pitch me.
I think Mike's story should have ended with Mike finding 11. And we could have that would have given that a little bit more of a happy ending. And it'd still be open-ended. So my thought here is...
I see it.
Yeah.
As he's saying it.
Yep.
You see 11,
and
and she turns around and Mike's there, or something like that, or he walks up,
So my idea for this is the kind of like you do like the scene, you play it like the story, and then you kind of cut to an in moment dialogue. Mike shows up, and I had the idea of this idea makes me emotional, but this idea of like he knew that they had that conversation about. A place with 3 waterfalls.
So he knew.
And she and him are the only people who were there for that.
Yeah.
And he has this itching feeling that she probably went somewhere with 3 waterfalls. So he finds
it, yeah.
And they have this moment, and like it's like I knew it. like something like that. I knew
she's like, I found the 3 waterfalls.
Yeah, and he's like, I know, I found it too.
Yeah,
that to me, and then leaving that kind of cutting them back to the Mike telling the D&D story. To me, is like way better.
Yeah, if she actually is,
and then
alive.
It's still kind of like choose your ending. Maybe she's dead, and that's like Mike's happy ending for their D&D characters.
Yeah.
Or that's what happens. So I don't know, but
it would have been a sweet moment. I think for them.
I think it's just under the whole thing's just a tad undercooked. But I had a lot of fun.
I did have a lot of fun with it. What did you overall think about like Henry Creel, Vecna? I really liked all of that stuff. I liked the backstory. The moment in the cave where he's kind of like experiencing it all is really freaking good. Jamie Campbell,
is incredible. He's the best actor in the show.
Fan-freaking-tastic. He crushes in those scenes. He is acting laps around these people in this show. So I think he just absolutely bodied Vecna. He did a good job. What did you think about the ending fight? I thought it was good. I liked it. You're using the powers. You're in the dimension. You've got the cool atmosphere. Vecna still seems menacing, which I liked. I don't think he felt like crazy powerful in that dimension, but he felt menacing enough that I still felt the stakes, that he could mess someone up at any point. But 11 held her own, and I thought that made sense.
Yeah. I have had so much stuff I want to talk about here. So the play.
Back to the play.
The Stranger Things play is an awful decision.
The Stranger Things play sounds like a problem.
Stupid. It cameos in the show at best, and that is being generous. Like, there's Stan Lee cameos in the show where they're like, ooh, we wrote a play and here it came out. I cannot believe it didn't come out next year. But like that when you asked me about, did you like the Henry Creel backstory? Yeah, I saw it.
I forgot about that because you told me when we shot
it. I knew it
last. Yeah, you knew.
And there's stuff that like that guy is a Russian spy. That's explained in the play.
Yeah.
Where that rock is from is assumed from information in the play. There's so much in the play that just ripped the stakes out of the show, I think. And like,
so we experienced that backstory very differently.
Yeah.
Because you already knew, but me going into season 5, I didn't know any of that.
Right.
So when I'm seeing all the reveals, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's cool. Like that's.
You didn't think that was lackluster though?
No, because I'd always kind of wondered like what would have driven him to kind of where he ends up. And so I thought, of course that makes sense, because throughout the whole show, you've got the government, you've got all these different people trying to play around with this power. You've got the Russians, they're all trying to get their fill. So of course, back then, doing the same thing, a Russian spy trying to find, trying to grab the power would cause events to happen to ultimately get to Vecna, which would be the demise essentially of the world. So it's like, it's the perfect kind of beginning of greed of man causes the end, of man, essentially. So I thought it was interesting if I thought about it a little bit more. So I didn't think it was lackluster. I thought it was cool.
I'll reveal it in 5 minutes.
Yeah, but like it's a big reveal though.
Not to me, because I knew.
Well, that's what I'm saying. For me, I was like,
I feel like, so I don't feel this way.
In my brain, I was like, of course it would be. Of course we would F it up. That's what I thought.
I think it is not, I just think it's a plot hole. Like the Mind Flayer telling Henry, find me, does not like make any sense giving what we see Henry do in the show motivations wise at all. What is he doing to try and find the Mind Flayer?
Well, no, he already found the Mind Flayer. That was the whole point.
Come and find me.
Yeah, that was initially.
Right.
He's not, throughout the show, he's not trying to find the Mind Flayer.
What is he trying to do?
He's trying to.
While he's flayed by the mind flayer, what is he trying to do?
He's trying to.
No, I'm talking about when he's a kid, and then when he's at Hawkins, and then why massacre the kid?
I see.
Why do this? Why do that? Like all of that. And there's a play. I've seen it before anybody wants to explain. It's stupid.
Okay.
So
I'm following you. I thought you meant him as Vecna in the show.
No. It is so clear to me the Duffer Brothers did not have this plan from the start. That the Mind Flayer wanted Henry to come and find him so they could merge the Abyss and Earth together.
Yeah.
You know why? Because nowhere in the massacre of the episode of in the episode of the Massacre of Hawkins Lab is it make any. There's nothing to convey that I think Henry's trying to go to another dimension.
Yeah.
Okay. He's massacring all those kids, and I get he's absorbing the power. Okay. But L's the one that sends him to the Mind Flayer. I think the play screwed up, bro.
Oh.
It would have if you knew that that's what you were doing.
Oh, wait.
Henry would have opened that portal, and L would have closed it.
L does send him there.
Yeah.
But hold on. I didn't think about this. L sends him there, but his backstory is assuming that he had a connection to the Mind Flayer before L does that.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. Oh, that is a problem. Because that means he's had a connection since then. So why would he...
Well, the powers come from that.
Yes, but if he's saying, find me...
There's no action that we see Henry take.
There's no dialogue. There's no action saying that L's the way I can get to the Mind Flayer.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Because
and that's my point. When he kills all the kids, we don't know what he's trying to do.
Yes.
So he just massacres all the kids, and I think he's just trying to become powerful. Oh, maybe we could assume that he was trying to open a portal?
No. Because when he goes through the portal and he's all like
deformed,
he's like,
I thought you sent me to my death. Literally the line.
So, like, if not, he should be looking around going, finally, I found the dimension where the Mind Flayer's at.
They did not know they were going to do that. That's why I don't think it's interesting.
Bro, what's with people not finishing their stories?
That was not a plan. They threw that together. And I'm just curious. I'm curious what the frick happened with this play. Did the play influence the end result with season 5? Because that sure as frick seems like what happened. Or did season 5 I don't understand
they had to try and make it congruent.
The high school scenes. Okay, they're in a memory of Henry's. In the events that we see in the high school scenes, Henry is not there. He is not at the school.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about in the shot. I'm talking about in the play. He's murdering his family while the play's going on. Why is that a memory of his?
Oh, when Max and Holly go in there?
He's not even there.
So, yeah.
That play takes place during the Creel murders. Wouldn't you have wanted to know that? Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Oh, yeah. He's not even at this freaking school during that memory that they're all experiencing.
The problem is, even if the play, to your point, comes out like next year, it still F's up the continuity of everything.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why you didn't just take the high school stuff out and just make it all about like Henry Creel at Hawkins Lab.
Yeah. Just expound on that. Does the play talk dude,
about
the Mind Flayer? Does it talk about like?
Oh yeah.
So
you want to know what happens?
So
Brenner's father goes to Dimension X accidentally, gets flayed by the Mind Flayer, comes back, brings a rock apparently, and then the Mind Flayer speaks through Brenner's father that he's pursuing him, and then Henry gives in to the Mind Flayer and murders his family.
Oof. Okay. But there is nothing in previous seasons that really alludes to that from Henry Creel in Hawkins Lab. So that's where it's a problem retrospectively.
He's got a bigger issue with Papa than they do not know. There is nothing in season 4 to suggest that there are motivations Henry has of finding the Mind Flayer.
You would have to assume that he's not saying anything and he's trying to absorb the powers to then get there. But like, again, you're just assuming because of the context of season 5. So like maybe you could fill in those gaps, but it doesn't seem like you're supposed to fill in the gaps. It seems like it was written after the fact.
Oh yeah.
And then kind of connected now.
That's why I just didn't feel like anything to me. Because I just thought, this is so undercooked. They've introduced this literally in the last episode. Why? Why not this be a reveal?
Yeah.
Who cares?
I mean, it felt like a reveal to me, but...
What about their connection is so strong that if one of them dies, the other one dies? Why if Vecna dies, the Mind Flayer dies? Also, bullets don't hurt Demogorgons and Vecna, but they hurt the Mind Flayer? There's so much here. It's so freaking convenient, dude. It's so unbelievably safe. It's like... I gave the finale an 8 out of 10.
What?
I had a lot of fun.
What?
I had a lot of fun.
Bro, you're talking like it's a 6 out of 10.
I'm not. Because I think the fight. I think it's like, to me, the time. There's like, we're missing an hour between.
Wow.
The epilogue and like, there's so much here. I'm just trying to tell you. Like, I had a lot of fun watching. I was cheering. I was having a good time.
It's Stranger Things.
And I didn't like the L thing, but it's just like, I don't know.
There is good stuff here.
I do not think it's a good conclusion.
Them in the Abyss is good. You're right about the Mind Flayer, the bullets and things, but all that stuff is really fun. I will say, Nancy pulling the tension, them freaking blowing it up, like it is, yeah, because it just doesn't affect. Why would it not? Why would bullets not affect a Demogorgon, but clearly affect something that is 1,000 times bigger than it and more powerful?
You introduced this idea that like if you kill, they have to like deflay Will, or he's gonna get killed if they like do stuff to the Mind Flayer. It's gonna kill him.
Yeah.
They kill Vecna. They kill the Mind Flayer. All those kids are still connected to him. Crap like that. Brandon.
Well, that's probably... I mean, I guess just assume that once they're both dead, then the connection's gone.
They don't feel any of that pain.
Oh! When Vecna's getting his ass.
Yeah.
I just said the A word.
Dude, but like...
When he's getting his
the particles come out
kicked
and fly up. Is the Mind Flayer still alive?
So, the point I'm thinking about is Mind Flayer's down, but Vecna's still alive.
There's two. They didn't answer anything.
Like, did they die at the same time?
Flare? What is the plan?
Crab alien creature.
What is the plan? What are they trying to do?
Yeah, I don't know.
Bring
why
the worlds together? What does that even mean?
What does that do for the Mind Flayer?
Conquer, I guess, but like, what does that mean? Bring the Abyss to Earth? Like, the Mind Flayer just wants to have dominion over Earth? I don't know.
Parasite. I don't know.
Cool thing. Maybe you should explain in your finale. I tell you what. One of my
that is really, really freaking tricky.
What? This. I did not. I was never on board with their plan because I thought, what an assumption for Dustin and Steve to make. That once the worlds start colliding,
they will stop. Yeah, that's
that is a wild. Like, you have no basis, none to make an assumption that that's gonna stop.
Yes, yeah.
Like, I cannot believe they thought
that's a world-ending potential whiff.
Like, that is such a bad plan. Like, what an assumption they made. I mean, cool, they were right, but. I can't imagine he was like, maybe we don't start the doomsday. If starting the timer to the bomb is possibly not an option.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they thought Hopper's plan to fly a helicopter up there was stupid.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's a crazy plan to just roll with. 8 out of 10. Wow, I feel like that's not the sentiment I get.
That's what I'm telling you. I know. I'm telling you that's what I rated it after watching it. But that's just an experiential. I have since sat down and like wrote like tons and tons of stuff down. Like What does it look like to collide Earth and the abyss? What is the plan? What is the mind flare? Is it a parasite? Is it just obsessed with conquering? Things that I think should be in there. I really want to gauge, like, do you think it would have been better if Vecna was just like the Vecna form, right, where he's tentacly and like that, or the Viney, that being like kind of like this physical manifestation of the Mind Flayer and Henry together, and the Mind Flayer didn't really exist outside of that body, like that was their body together, like a Venom Eddie Brock situation. And then Mr. What's It was like the repressed version of Henry. Like there's lots of ideas there I think like could have been cooler. And like it's kind of like this mega form the Mind Flayer is doing, and he wants to prep 11 to do something similar. But there's just so much like there's stuff in season 2 with the Mind Flayer being in the Upside Down, and why does it have to?
I kind of felt like they were setting up Vecna to be so menacing and so epic that when they revealed the stuff about the Mind Flayer, it almost kind of like lessened or kind of degraded how powerful Vecna was, because then you didn't feel as much like Vecna is this unstoppable force right now that they are just not able to handle, and they need Will, they need Elle, they need these people to stop him. And then it just felt like he is just a puppet of the Mind Flayer, which, yes, is big, bad, and menacing, but is not as interesting as Vecna. So it kind of felt like they pulled the punch a little bit as far as Vecna just being a true, hardcore, just really solid villain. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No,
because it's just like, oh, he's just a puppet.
So I wanted the Mind Flayer to be the big bad. I think the Mind Flayer shadow thing is so menacing.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I love it in season 2 in the way it looks, and season 3 that I kind of find it like, oh, that like I like that being the big bad. I just think they fumbled it.
I liked when we shifted Vecna because I just thought Vecna was more interesting.
But yeah, him being the 5-star general being connected to 11's super interesting, but they had an opportunity to like really do something with the Mind Flayer, and I just feel like they didn't.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, the Mind Flayer just ended up being the big CGI alien that they fought at the end, which cool battle moment, for the characters and coming up with a plan, but it wasn't much beyond that, because you're right, I don't know why he did anything that he did. The only thing we know is that they want to merge the worlds.
Now that I'm thinking about something, I mean, in the play, he does open a gate and the Mind Flayer speaks to him. So maybe when Brenner put the chip in, he wanted to get it out to reopen it. But I just don't think that was the plan from the beginning.
The problem is, okay, you should not have to watch the play to understand that.
Yeah.
The show should be able to stand on its own. They're separate pieces of media entertainment. Like, somebody should be able to watch this show all the way through and understand the motivations of the villain. And if you get to the end and you don't understand the motivations of the villain, then you fumbled the villain.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how it is.
I think...
I don't think they fumbled the villain. I think Vecna's a great villain.
Yeah.
But I think in the end, they fumbled the motivations of the villain beyond what we know Vecna's plan was. Because what happens after Vecna's plan? I don't know.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. So the stakes are not as important. You know what I mean? Obviously, worlds colliding and ending is stakes, but like, I just want it to feel like, oh gosh, we really have to stop this guy because what he's going to do is take over Earth. He's going to infect people. Like, it just needs to be a little bit higher stakes for a finale of a show that's been setting up Vecna for so long.
You know what the Duffer Brothers said when they were asked about, hey, in the play, Joyce and Hopper know Henry.
No, Henry, yeah.
Why don't they acknowledge that? You know what they said? Do you know?
Mm-mm.
They said, and I quote, kind of loosely, I quote.
Paraphrase.
Yeah, they realized that off screen.
Oh.
And they asked, hey, since Henry's connected to the hive mind and feels all the pain, like, wouldn't he be in like immense amount of pain and maybe have also died with everything in the hive mind like we saw when Henry died? Yeah, we didn't want to focus on that. Dude, it's not. Dude, I just
That's
like...
bad from the creators.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know what happened. What could have... At least... Okay, here's my take. Everyone's comparing this to Game of Thrones, and it is not as egregious as Game of Thrones. I do not think that. But at least with Game of Thrones, there's an excuse. The writers and the creators of the show were going to direct a Star Wars trilogy. So at least we all kind of understood why we were receiving this.
Yeah.
This Stranger Things season finale makes no
That's their
sense.
baby.
No sense like at all.
Yeah.
And they get to blame J.R.R. Martin a little bit because he told them the ending and didn't finish the book. So it's not their... There's so much there where I'm like, I don't even blame them because of course you're going to drop what you're doing to direct a Star Wars trilogy. Yeah. And that's kind of probably the ending J.R.R. Martin wanted.
Ending,
and so you got to do it. This is like COVID delayed, writer's strike. There's time, not a problem here. This wasn't rushed. This is one of the most expensive TV shows ever made.
Ever. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you have answers to these questions that people have? Yeah. Why didn't you explain everything? What the frick?
Yeah.
That to me,
you had all the time to cook it.
That's like, and yeah, dude, I think the finale's fun. I do. But there is such low-hanging fruit that they do not knock down that I just don't even think they know what they're doing. Something that's not important, where's Susie? I agree. That's not a big deal. Not worth hating it. But what I will acknowledge is that they have to add one word to one sentence in this season. Perfectly explained. Steve talks to Dustin. You're pushing everyone away. Me, your friends, Susie. Boom. Explained.
Yeah.
That's called writing.
Yeah.
Like, there's stuff like that where it's like, dude, it's so there and simple. How did you guys not do that?
Yeah.
Why didn't you? Like, what it would have cost them... I don't know what Joe Keery's word to line ratio is, but I don't know. Yeah. Worth the money, I would assume.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's not a money issue to have him say Susie.
Yeah. I almost just wonder if it's like they got so caught up on like 3 or 4 big climactic moments that they thought I kind of have to build my finale around that. And lost some of the vision of and some of the like attention to detail and care of who these characters are, what we have set up, and they just thought, well, that will all fall in around the cool big moments. And I feel like if you do that, then you are going to miss little things that become plot holes that really cause problems down the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How would you score the?
I was going to give it an 8 out of 10, and I feel like I'm higher than you.
You would still give it an 8 after everything we talked about? So you just agreed with everything I've said. So why are you shocked that I would give it an 8 if you would give it an 8?
I just guess my sentiment seems a little bit higher than yours. I mean, the plot holes. Yeah,
you agree with everything I guess
I've said. 8 is like kind of like what I had said to you earlier. Is like I felt like maybe you were just giving 8 out of 10 out of like your experience.
Yeah, I am. I'm admitting that openly.
I think that's how I would kind of fall. I don't know, man. Maybe I should give it an 8 out of 10. My initial was an 8 out of 10. Some of the Henry Creel stuff some of the Henry Creel stuff was like my favorite parts, and I feel like that kind of broke down, which sucks. So maybe it is about it. Maybe like a 7 out of 10.
I just cannot. I want to love it. I wish I was the guy saying it's peak, or like, sorry, I just totally, Finn, I love you to death. Please. And I love that you love this so much. Okay.
This is subjective.
But like, I do not understand. Like, this is perfect. I do not feel that way.
Yeah.
It is not. It definitely is not. There's no way. It could be so much better. And if I can come up with a better way to leave an open-ended ending, in my opinion, I don't know what you thought about that idea, that like makes sense, like that serves the characters better. I just...
The Mike and 11, yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I think that...
And you still...
It's still vague.
Yeah.
It's still open to interpretation, but you get just that extra special moment for Mike and 11 that we've been setting up.
Yeah.
This whole season, talking about the 3 waterfalls. And yeah, it's cool that she found it. And Mike's going to have to like settle with all of that. But them having a moment together would perfectly wrap up whether it is real or not.
Yeah.
We know they've got a happy ending, regardless.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot more than just her finding it and just miserably living out her days in isolation after the sacrifice. Like, that does kind of suck for the 11 character.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's why I don't think it serves her character very well.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And like, does it not sadden people to no extent that Hopper thinks she's dead?
Absolutely.
Hopper lost another daughter,
mm-hmm.
but she might be alive. Ooh, but such a great ending.
She's just out there, and he has to live with the grief. 2 daughters down. Whew, that's rough. I mean, I'd bring it at least down to then probably like a 7 out of 10.
How I genuinely like it's so tough because like I would do the fight. I was cheering. I loved all the big moments, and then it's fun because I enjoy Stranger Things. And now I'm like, there's so much wrong with this. How do you not do this? How do you not do that? I don't think people are kind of like accusing things that I'm saying of being nitpicks, and it's like there's too many. There's too many of these things. Like,
it's just not tight enough to justify
the government. Like something. Yeah, a lot of people talked about the fact the government just let them go. Mm-hmm. I agree. That's not a nitpick. Okay, that's a genuine like.
Yeah.
Why would they do that? But again, I don't even think it's a nitpick to say they didn't have a plan to come back through the portal in the military base. They were just like, all fine and dandy, like we're going to be chilling. Yeah. That's a plot hole, I think. Why did they think that was going to happen? There's also all these grates that they can take all these different paths to get out of the Upside Down. They did not have to go back through that gate. Yeah. There's so much there that didn't have to happen.
Yeah.
Like I just don't. That to me is just like, whatever. But anyway, what are we talking about after this?
Top 10 movies of 2025. But we're going to talk about our anticipated first.
Yeah. Yes. Real quick, though.
I do have another Stranger Things question for you.
But go ahead. No, go.
Is Vecna a top 10 villain of all time?
We're not putting Homelander up there. He's great, but I'm not doing it. So who we got? So we're going to go Sauron.
We're
going to go Voldemort. Or Darth Vader before both of those.
Absolutely.
We can let's throw Vecna in there for the sake of it right now. Lex Luthor. No, maybe. No. Okay. Thanos.
I think Thanos is
okay.
There.
Thanos. We're missing some people.
I don't think we're missing anyone else in the MCU or
Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin.
That's really
That's
good.
5.
It feels a little weird to put it in all time because I feel like I'm missing people, but yes.
Yeah.
He's hands down top 10 villain in TVs.
Yeah.
But villains all time. You know, some people put up there like Hans Gruber from like Die Hard. Is it Die Hard? Yeah, I think Die Hard. There's probably a
Ramsay Bolton.
Ramsay Bolton's crazy.
No, I mean probably. He's probably in mine.
Ramsay Bolton?
No, Vecna.
I think he might be. When I thought about it, I was like, I think he might be top 10.
That's a good question. It's up there. It's like kind of that like I'm on the spot, so I'd have to.
He's got the aura.
Think about it.
He's got the great moments. He does some crazy
Dolores
stuff.
Umbridge though is the worst.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things like I wouldn't stick my nose up at anybody who would say that. No way.
Yeah.
I would totally agree.
I think it's true. Yeah. You had something.
Yeah. What was one of your biggest? We don't have time to do like a top bottom 10 or whatever, but like I wanted to hear what was your biggest disappointment this year. Show, movie, whatever. If you don't say it, I'll remind you of what I think it is. But yeah.
I think the biggest disappointment this year is Mickey 17.
Oh, I wasn't thinking.
Because, well, then I want you to remind me. It was my number one most anticipated for the year. It is currently sitting at number 20. That's disappointing. And I will say, my top 20 is like all positive. I do actually like Mickey 17. Like, I've rated it fairly positively. But for it to be my number one and for me to come out and go, be disappointed, like, that really sucks because I really wanted that because I love the director. Robert Pattinson's on a roll right now. So I was really, really looking for it. I thought it was a lock that it was going to be in like my top 3 of the year. I was like guaranteed for sure. Trailers looked good. So I was extremely disappointed. What did you think it was going to be?
I have Daredevil Born Again down there.
That's fair. Yeah. I would still keep Mickey 17 up there just because how excited I was for it. But gosh.
And I have Tron Ares.
Bro, we trudged
Tron
through
Ares
that.
is worse than Born Again. Let me be clear.
Yeah, I did not think Tron Ares was going to be good.
In my opinion, if you loved Legacy, the hype was there for both, and I felt like they both didn't live up. Remember how psycho we felt? That like I felt like we were the only people on the planet who were like Born Again is not good.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That because it was such a crucial time, like starting the show or starting, the podcast and everything, and like because we were doing week to weeks like reviews, and we were just getting hounded for not liking certain. I mean, we were going, this episode's like a 4 out of 10, and people were going, this is peak 10 out of 10. We were like, what? Are we watching the same show? Yeah, that was a big disappointment. I mean, it has good moments in it though. It's not like overall like a bad show.
No.
It just didn't live up to the Netflix Daredevil that we wanted, and it was messy.
Yeah. But
we did get some really good episodes. What do you feel like was your like most disappointing movie of the year?
Tron Ares.
That's fair. that's fair, yeah.
I mean, like, Mickey 17 comes to mind, but I kind of want to get... Well, I guess, like, I'll give that point of, like, Mickey 17 just didn't do anything. Like, it was a cool idea, and I thought they were really going to...
It is a cool idea,
do something with that idea, and I just felt like it was very lackluster, but that's just me.
It leaned more maybe on comedy and...
All right, let's do your... Oh, so let's go and look at anticipated...
Let's look at
anticipated list.
Let's see...
Run through them. My anticipated list of my most anticipated list of 2025.
Let me see. I don't know if I wrote this down. I might have to guess this off the cuff.
The notes? You didn't save the notes?
I don't think I did.
We don't have to do it, or I can go and do it. But
I liked your idea, though. I wanted to... Is it still recording? I'm just a little paranoid.
Yep.
Perfect. I'm trying to remember what the top ones were. Frank, Brandon. I mean, if you want to pause for a second, I can pull it off the phone really quick.
No, it's fine. We're running long anyways.
I mean, if you wanted to bring up like a few that you were surprised about.
I mean, like, okay, yeah, like most anticipated. My most anticipated list of 2025. So what I made last year, I had 10 in the Gray, which didn't come out.
I don't know if that movie is like,
but it should.
I can't find much on it.
But it should. F1, Captain America: Brave New World, Tron Ares. RIP, Fantastic Four, Superman, How to Train Your Dragon, Avatar: Fire and Ash, Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning, and Mickey 17. So yeah, that was kind of like what I was really looking forward to this year, and I got let down. I got proven wrong. and everywhere in between. I'd say like of these, Superman, obviously Superman for me. F1 was something that just really blew me away.
It was in my honorable mentions.
I had a feeling Superman was going to get to me. F1, I was kind of like, yeah, Joe Kosinski, I bet that'll be good.
That'll be fun, yeah.
And that movie's awesome. And Avatar Fire and Ash I had a lot of fun with. So that's
Only areas where I think I differed was I called Predator Badlands. It was good. A lot of fun. Ballerina I had as my most anticipated. It was good. I mean, I think it's like a worthy spinoff to the John Wick franchise, but I think it's in like my top 15. So it didn't make like my top 10 per se, but still good. Mickey 17 was my most anticipated, and that really turned out not to be too great. Warfare. Warfare panned out for me. Well, I had Warfare fairly high, and it panned out really well.
You want to know my favorite thing that panned out for you?
What?
Minecraft. You put Minecraft down, and you were in the know.
I was. I mean, that turned out to be that's probably in both our top 3 movies of the year.
Minecraft?
Yeah, did that not compute?
No, it didn't. Sorry. I'm like looking at my list on Letterboxd, and I noticed Blake watched Lord of the Rings, so I am going to.
It derailed you.
Text him about that.
That's funny.
Sorry, but
you're right. I did call that one.
You sure did.
Goated film of the year.
Let's run through our top 10 of the year real quick, and then let's close it out.
Let's do this. You want me to go first?
Yep.
Let me run through my top 10 of the year. All right, this is my top 10 of 2025. Coming in at number 10, I had to do it. F1. Probably the best theater experience of the year as far as like a filmmaking standpoint. Brad Pitt's great. It's that Tom Cruise movie star film that you want to see in the theater. It's awesome. Great experience. Number 9, I have Chainsaw Man ResArc. It was both great animation, good action, but it's also super emotional. A lot of people complained that it was like way too slow in the beginning. I actually really loved all of that stuff. I thought it set up character motivations really well. So I found it to be both emotional and action-packed. I thought it was just going to be action-packed. So I'm super glad that it was way deeper than I even thought it was going to be. Number 8. A little bit of a surprise for us. Eddington.
Oh, top 10.
At number 8. I think it's a really well-structured film, and I think it has some of the most interesting shots of the year. I think Ari Aster set out to do something chaotic and crazy that mimicked the internet, and it worked. And I think it was executed very well. So I really liked Eddington. Coming in at number 7, Thunderbolts. I am probably the highest on Thunderbolts that I feel like I know of anybody, but I found it really fantastic. It is top 10 MCU, hands down for me. There's no question, period. It's both great, fun, action, good character moments, funny, but it's also deep and also deals with like really emotional issues that I did not expect it to deal with. And I just really respected all of those choices. So I really liked it. Number 6 is Superman. This might be the best comic book movie experience ever. Emphasis on comic book. It feels like it's ripped right out of a comic book. And I love that about it. That's what I wanted it to be. And it just like, boom, it hit that. So Superman's great. We're off to a great start with the DCU. Number 5, I have Begonia. I have not seen any of Yorgos Lanthimos' films except this one, but it was a huge surprise. I saw it on a whim. The story's bonkers. Jesse Plemons and Emma Stone acting against each other is like phenomenal. They are just incredible on screen together. Crazy twist at the end. Just bonkers movie. I would definitely recommend anybody to go see it just for kind of the twist. Very fun. Number 4, just made it on my list a couple days ago. Marty Supreme. It's incredible. I'm not going to say anything new that everybody hasn't already been saying. Timothée Chalamet is getting a friggin' Oscar. He's getting an Oscar for it. And I think he probably should. There's some tight...
Hang on.
There's a tight race there.
I don't want to enter over Michael B. Jordan.
I think he will win it. I think it's neck and neck, and I think he just might surpass Michael B. Jordan. Okay, calm down. It's chaotic. It's anxiety-inducing. It's everything that you would want in a Safdie Brothers movie, and it's made for me. I freaking love it. I know that's not for everyone. I love the journey. I love that it takes you high. I love that it takes you low, and by the end of it, you're tired, but you're like... From a filmmaking standpoint, from a story, from a character, it's just great. So I loved it.
You like a lot of the Safdie brothers?
I do.
Happy Gilmore 2, you're a big fan of?
No. I didn't direct that one, but I think he was
in it.
He is in it, yeah. I love Uncut Gems, though. Number 3. Definitely a surprise. I was excited for it, but surprised that it's this high. I have Warfare. I don't think Warfare gets enough love. I don't see it in anyone's top 10 list. I think it was an exceptionally well-made war film. It didn't take necessarily a stance as far as like anti-war, for war. It's just what war is at its worst. And so you could probably argue that it is a little bit anti-war, but it's just visceral. The real-time aspect is fantastic. So it's held on since, when did we go see that? Gosh, like early on, like February or something like that. It's held on in that top 3 spot for a long time. Number 2, One Battle After Another. It's the most complete film, from the story, from the characters, to the score. All of it is just oozing, just incredible film. I think it's the most complete film. That's why I like it. Number 1, there's no surprise. It's Sinners. I saw Sinners 4 times in theaters. It is both fun. It's interesting. It was surprising. It's a horror movie in some ways. Not really scary like a traditional horror, but I don't really like horror. And this one hooked me. Performances are great. It has the best scene out of any film in the year. That's a scene in the juke joint, traveling through the generations. It's just a phenomenal movie, start to finish. It's one that I want to watch every single year. I will revisit it all the time. I think it's fantastic.
But he doesn't deserve the Oscar.
Dude, I said it's close.
If he won give him the Oscar. That's what you said.
I did, yeah. I said it's close, but I said I think it goes to Timothy.
No, it does not. That's ridiculous.
You haven't even seen Marty Supreme.
I haven't, but I've seen the trailers.
Oh, my bad. Let me back off.
He has acne scars. Let's give him an Oscar. Yeah, he deserves it. White people.
Okay, calm down. That's my top 10 of the year.
All right, my top 10 of 2025. At number 10, I have my biggest surprise this year. Holy crap. Predator Badlands is awesome, and it is so much better than the other one. What was it called?
Prey?
No, not Prey. The animated one.
Killers of Killers.
Killer of Killers. Whatever. Oh man, Predator Badlands, freaking sweet. Number 9, I have Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts. I was rewatching my most anticipated just now, and I was like, "Yeah, Thunderbolts is a shoo-in. It's gonna crush. It's gonna be great." And I was right. Thunderbolts is
you
awesome.
Absolutely were, yeah.
Number 8, I have Fantastic Four. I had so much fun with Fantastic Four. I think it's an awesome addition to the MCU. I'm excited for what it's setting up. We also, biggest opportunity we've had of the podcast, we went and saw it in LA at an event with the Escape Pod. So is that weighing my list down? Maybe. Number 7, K-pop Demon Hunters. Man, that was awesome. That took the world by storm. The music is amazing. It absolutely deserves all the accolades it is getting. And absolutely freaking bop. Number 6, I have Friendship. Oh my word, this is the funniest movie that's come out this year.
You loved it, yeah.
Friendship is hilarious. It is exactly what they set out. They accomplished exactly what they set out to do. They wanted to make a feature-length film out of a I Think You Should Leave skit. That's exactly what they did. And it was a blast and so much fun to watch, and has a lot of rewatchability, which I love.
Does it really? I haven't rewatched it since.
I do. It does. I've rewatched it, and I think it has rewatchability. Number 5, the best Knives Out movie, Wake Up Dead Man. This movie rocks. It's shot incredible. It's amazing. You're an idiot. Like what was the crap you just said about one battle after another? This is the most complete film. Rick Dalton cameoed in it. It's amazing. No, Wake Up Dead Man I think is just absolutely incredible. It has one of the most interesting faith conversations I think that's ever been had in a movie. And Rian Johnson absolutely crushed it with this installment, and I was very impressed with it and just thought that was just fantastic. Number 4, I have my favorite Christmas movie, F1. Just kidding.
Okay.
My number 4 is F1. Yeah, as far as an IMAX theater experience, it's probably taking the cake. What a fun, awesome movie. Is it tropey? Whatever, maybe. But the score is incredible. The action is so fun. Brad Pitt is crushing it, and it was just such a fun movie to watch.
Sexy.
Number 3, I have Sinners. Sinners is awesome. That was an awesome movie experience I was not expecting to love as much as I did. Yeah. Incredible score. I think Sinners should absolutely just sweep at the Oscars. It won't, because Timothée Chalamet has acne scars, so they'll give it to him, and he played ping pong, so whatever. But Michael B. Jordan, Smoke and Stack, crushed it. I mean, he's so much so when me and my wife went, she was like, I can't believe they found those actors that look that much alike. That's crazy.
Wow.
That doesn't mean she's dumb. But man, I thought both performances were excellent. I think he crushed it, and to me, I'm not convinced. I haven't seen Marty Supreme yet, but I'm just not convinced there's anything as good as his acting at the very end when he gets to hold his baby. Number 2, I have The Long Walk. Gosh, just when you talked about a complete film, that's what The Long Walk is to me. It is like a perfect, just beginning to end, engaging. I was so invested. I walked in not thinking I was going to cry or get emotional. Easily the most emotional I've been in anything I watched this year is that movie. And it had just great acting, great performances, great story. And for a movie about people walking, pretty darn entertaining. And then number 1 is, sorry about it, it's Superman. You didn't like it.
Don't be sorry about it. Keep your head high.
Yeah.
It's special to you.
Yep. It's special to me. Superman's my favorite character. I thought they absolutely crushed it. This movie, I saw it 7 times in the theater, and I think I'm in the 20s on rewatch.
You have to be.
So
you were watching. It was on the TV when I came in tonight.
Yeah. So we love Superman. Sorry,
it's great.
Sorry about it.
It's a great movie.
If you don't like it, then I'm sorry you didn't like it. But
it's great.
It's awesome. So those are our top 10 of 2025.
Sweet.
Excited. Next episode, we're going to do the most anticipated of 2026.
Yeah.
Let me look at my...
I was just going to say, couple honorable mentions. Long Walk was at 11 for me. Just barely didn't make it. Fantastic Four was at 13. So still really great. Let's see, there was another one I wanted to... Oh, Phoenician Scheme was fun. We both really enjoyed that one. Good Wes Anderson movie. I liked Mission Impossible. It didn't get very high on my list, but maybe not the greatest ending to it all, but we got another good Mission Impossible movie. So, and Materialist. I really like Materialist. It almost made my top 10.
Yeah, my 11 spot was Zootopia, 12 Avatar: Fire and Ash, and 13 was The Ballad of Willis Island, which is...
I still need to watch that one. Yeah.
Movie was awesome. Awesome.
Do you feel like overall it's been a bad year, good year, great year?
Super strong.
I think it's a really strong year. I was looking back at my lists from like, obviously COVID was unique. I get that. But like even a little bit before that, we were like in a stride and then we had some lull years. And I feel like 2025 is kind of last year was good. This year was great. I feel like we're back in kind of that like movies are at the top. I don't know if like the box office and all of that is recovered yet, but there's a lot of really good movies in my top 10. Whereas in a couple years ago, I felt like my top like 2 or 3 movies I really loved, and the rest of them were just good. But there's some great ones in my top 10. So I think it was a great year.